Hello there and welcome back. I'm Willow Grace, and I want to thank you for joining me as we take a look ahead at your astrology forecast for the month of June. Now, before we start talking about astrology, if you're interested in working with me, you can visit my webpage to schedule a tarot and astrology consultation. You can also learn and participate by signing up for one of my classes or workshops. If you would like to receive your monthly astrology update by email, this information can be found at willowgracemystic.com, or you can sign up in the link below. Capricorn, there has been an explosion of color and life that happens every year this time. And with that, we are reminded of the buildup of this beautiful Taurus and Aries energy this month. With Venus, Uranus, and Mercury all in the grounded and earthy sign of Taurus, we are now ready to relax and begin to focus on things that bring us pleasure. With expansive Jupiter and fiery Mars, both in the pioneering sign of Aries, this is going to be a time of expanding and starting something new. You may have to dive in deeper. This time will find many looking to plant seeds or begin things that are enjoyable and bring pleasure, especially in the area of self-care. This energy can also be obsessive and have you wanting to find these activities where you can just slow down and enjoy the beauty that is around you, to sink in and live more in the moment, to be connected with others and in nature. The sun is alone in Gemini, serving as an opportunity to communicate these thoughts and ideas with self and others. We're settling in with this grounded energy as we continue to work with Mercury still stationed retrograde. It's going to continue its backward trek in the sky until June 3rd. Therefore, continue to use caution when signing important work documents, and if possible, postpone important starts of any major projects. Remember that this is a time to go back and finish, to redo, to complete projects that you've already started. I use Mercury retrograde as a time for clearing and cleaning and reorganizing. This time is best used to finish what was started so you can begin anew with a clean slate. You may feel that your energy now is a little sluggish. So when the planet finally starts to move direct, this will be the universe giving us the green light to move forward with new projects and activities. Then our energy levels will begin to pick up and we will have more energy over the next coming weeks. And so this is in your house of children and affairs and creativity and wanting and sex and romance and wanting to manifest these things. And so the energy will be picking up soon. Then, beginning on June 4th through October 23rd, Saturn is the planet of discipline and stability, and it's going to station retrograde in the visionary sign of Aquarius. So remember that Aquarius, it represents connections with family and friends and ideas. And Saturn is responsible and reliable. So while in retrograde, this is not going to be the time for significant work changes. Use caution in your decisions of areas of work and finances or in signing of important contracts. This retrograde may have you feeling the ability to move forward to be stalled or sluggish because it's in retrograde. Use caution with harsh judgments, Saturn, on others, Aquarius, and ideological instability. And for you, you also need to use caution when it comes to your house of finance or your values or your self-worth, your feelings. The second house for you is your cash, your property, your possessions. It's how you feel about yourself. Next, on June 11th, Venus, which represents our money and our values, is going to be conjunct Uranus in the grounded and earthy sign of Taurus. Now, this is dynamic energy, and it will mainly affect earth signs and our home life. The focus at this time may turn to our career and our finances. We should also include the planet of Pluto in this, because it can be seen as moving away. Therefore, this period may push us to personal transformation and draw attention in our lives to all types of Taurus themes. Now, these include stability, strength, sensuality, tenacity, and being filled with deep emotion. June is going to be a time for you to focus on loved ones, which is another Taurus theme, to slow down and to enjoy the flow. Now you're going to be back into your house of creativity, your house of affairs, your house of children, the house of romance and pregnancy. So now things will be back to kicking up. Then on June 13th, Mercury, the planet of technology and travel, is now out of its shadow and moving direct. It is pulling forward full steam ahead and joining the sun in the sign of Gemini. Now, Mercury loves this placement. It feels at home here because the sun illuminates topics of conversation. Gemini energy amplifies, especially air signs. Gemini themes at this time include in your life, your social life, the ability to have conversation with others and improving the world and on global ideas. This is the perfect time for you to be making new friendships. They're going to be blossoming on an intellectual level. Mercury in Gemini, it loves to probe the mind of others, and it needs to be able to understand their thoughts also. And so for you, this is in your house of work and home and finding balance. It's also where we find pets, and it's our house of service to others. It's our daily work. It's our mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being. And so this is the house that you're going to want to enhance your mutual communication, to feel connected and be closer to others. So for the next few weeks, our thoughts and our communication, they're going to be witty and intellectual and a point of strength. Then on June 14th, we're going to have a supermoon in the fiery sign of Sagittarius. This will be the first one of the year, and this is a full moon that is in the mutable sign, and full moons bring about endings and closures and culmination, and a time to be receptive, a time to take the light and the awareness of spirit into your emotional and physical body. Since this is a supermoon, I would expect that the energy will be stronger and you may feel more emotional. Sagittarius is the 9th sign of the zodiac, and it represents seeing the bigger picture, travel, higher thought and mind. It is full of fire and enthusiasm and working with masculine energy. This moon evokes philosophical thoughts within us, probing us to look for the meaning of life. Since Sagittarius is global in its views and it sees the bigger picture, the moon is going to be revealing things that were hidden. This is a transit that will be a profound time to say goodbye and set your plans and your old past baggage ablaze, burn it, get it gone, to move forward and step into and embrace a new adventure of your life. So Sagittarius, for you, this is all about your 12th house of your dreams and your hidden supports and karma, lucid dreaming, connecting to spiritual guides, connecting to the other realm. It's our spirits. This is the house of hidden supports. It's where we go in and we meditate. And so while here, something is going to be revealed, and then you're going to have to say, now, how do I work with this energy? So then the following day, the moon is going to enter the responsible sign of Capricorn. Now for you, that's your first house of self. This is where the greater attention on where you are going right now and what you ultimately want to end up will be. You will be able to think more practical and be able to move forward with it. So something is going to be revealed, and maybe you dive into past life regressions. Maybe you just dive into something with spirituality or esoteric, or maybe secrets are revealed. It will be you focusing on yourself and how do you change things with you, or where or how other people see you, or how you want to be perceived in the world. Then on June 16th, the sun, which rules our ego and our life's purpose, it's going to square off with the illusionary planet of Neptune. Now the sun, it rules the fiery sign of Leo, and it illuminates our personality and creative self-expression. The sign of Neptune inspires all of our dreams, our imagination, and our intuition. And because the sun is entering a square, this is a conflict or a tension point with Neptune. And so we may experience problems motivating ourselves, wanting instead to just daydream. This square is between your house of health and well-being. So it's your 6th house of daily work, giving back to others, and it's in your house of close to home, neighbors, siblings, communication, right? This is writing, it's taking classes, but it's generally primary learning. And so since we have Saturn in retrograde also, this energy is very active. You may not feel as if this is the time to innovate something in life. Some others may feel sadness or disappointment and confusion about events from the past. Maybe you feel subjected to deceptive Neptune influences that lead us in a way that we don't want to even walk on or head towards. All the while, Neptune will have us seeing the best in people. So some may even assert their beliefs onto others. This is going to be a good time that you need to stop and focus on yourself, your plans, and your goals. Take the time to make a plan, focus on them, and how you're going to go through them step by step. Next, on June 19th, all inner planets are direct. This is the second window of opportunity to put things out into the universe and work with the flow. The energy is flowing outward for creation. At this time, there can be more energy for what you want to do. The window is open until mid-August. This is a time to manifest, create, launch something new, make big decisions, invest, move to a new space for work or for home, start new projects, look for clarity or for future planning. And then June 20th. Mercury, again, the planet of communication, is in a beautiful, harmonious aspect with the expansive planet of Jupiter. Now, Mercury represents our thoughts and our consciousness, and it's in its home sign of Gemini. So the planet of our everyday communication and travel is going to have you analyzing and defining the way you communicate with others. So your Gemini is your house, your balance between home and work, and it's our pet house. And this is you with your home, your mother, your roots, your foundation. So at this time, you may be gaining knowledge, whether it be through work or balancing work from home. Maybe you choose to work from home. Maybe you take from home and then now you go back to work. At this time, you're developing knowledge in a specific area or understanding many topics at once. This can be a type of learning that'll help you better appreciate what you need to do to move forward. This transit is going to encourage you to expand your mind, Jupiter, and open the door to success with communication skills, Mercury. And remember, Mercury is your daily, it's in your house of daily work and health and nutrition and mental and physical and spiritual health and well-being. Then on June 21st, the sun is going to leave airy Gemini and shift into the watery sign of Cancer. This is also known as the summer solstice. In the northern hemisphere, the June solstice or summer solstice occurs when the sun travels along its northernmost path in the sky. This marks the astronomical start of summer in the northern half of the globe. In the southern hemisphere, it is the opposite, marking it the winter when the sun is at its lowest point in the sky. So the summer solstice is the day with the longest period of sunlight. Our sun will be at the highest point in the sky, and the summer solstice reminds us that nothing lasts forever. We live in a realm where everything is constantly changing, evolving, growing, dying, and being reborn. This is a time of letting go and acceptance, to be fully in the here and now, to be present and soak up the richness of today. Release what no longer serves you. Be in the moment and be prepared to receive the renewal and rebirth of what has been sown. Now, the shift into this period can be very emotional because the sun spreads emotional intelligence and directs our attention to this time of family. And this, for you, will also be of relationships and partnerships. And this could be clients, this could be business partnerships or significant one-on-ones or best friends. So you may feel motivated and urged to make emotional connections with new friends. New beginnings of warmer and longer days with new adventures await everybody. And this is the time to spend with family in the home environment. The desire to feel safe and secure. You may want to take time to reflect on what you've learned throughout the last lunar cycle. This is a new season of softness and nurturing energy and emotional sensitivity that's going to emerge. Your intuition is going to be extra strong and spot on, and you can use this to help guide you in what you need to do to finish, to let go of, and to move on from. Stronger bonds emotionally can be formed now, and you may feel stronger and you may feel more confident in your commitments. Then on June 22nd, Venus, the planet of passion and desire, enters the thought-provoking sign of Gemini. Now, for the next several weeks, love and romance will be greatly influenced by intellect and wit and logic. So at this time, conversation is going to be the key to connect with others. And on June 28th, the moon is now going to join the sun. And for you, this is in your partnership sector again. This is in marriage or best friends or partnership of alliance or clients. This could be business or personal. This is a beautiful watery new moon in the intuitive sign, and new moons, they bring clean slates and fresh starts and new beginnings. They're a perfect time for setting intentions for the future. This new moon in Cancer is going to be a harmonious time to connect with a global perspective, internal emotions, mood, and habits. Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac, and it represents your comfort, your self-care, your cozy, safe spaces. The moon will open up a doorway for you for new opportunities for creating an environment that helps you feel safe, warm, and comfortable. Now, later the same day, we're going to have Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusion, stationing retrograde. Neptune is one of the outer planets. Movement is associated with creativity and imagination for music and art and poetry. So this time you may discover a new skill or a hobby. It will have us focusing inward. Use caution for overindulgence at this time because Neptune often wants to escape reality. It's going to be the perfect opportunity for a boost of spiritual enlightenment. Our minds are going to be focused inward with dreamy idealism. So be cautious of the desire to sink fully into your inner fantasy world and look for connections that are going to be helpful in connecting up with opportunities. I do want to give you a glance ahead at July 1st, as this energy will affect you the last week of June. So we will have a Mars square Pluto, and this will be a difficult transit. This energy can develop 5 days before and 5 days after the 1st. So the last week of June. So around this time, try not to antagonize and use caution with your ego. I'll be sharing more information as the date approaches. Thank you for listening and watching this video. If you would like to receive your updates as soon as they come out, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel below. Make sure you share with your friends that you think could benefit from this information. You can also find me on Facebook, where I host live offerings and personal updates. To sign up for my newsletter, you can visit willowgracemystic.com or click in the link below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this energy and how it is manifesting in your life in the comments below.